but we got to get into the Coach of the Year, man. So JB Bickerstaff did not win Coach of the Year. Joe Mazzulla did. Did JB get snubbed out of this award, do you believe?
I 100% believe he got snubbed out of this award. I feel like I would have a whole lot more fire for this thing if I wasn't already expecting him to effectively be snubbed out of this award. You know, we had heard some things leading up to it that there were some people who, and a large groundswell for Boston Celtics and what they were doing. People were just enamored with it when you and I talked and we said, hey, look, I told you on your pod too, like, hey, I believe Boston Celtics are going to be one of those tricky teams. They still have a large portion of the championship pedigree, USA basketball pedigree, MVP level candidates on there, all NBA player, all stars, and on that team. I thought that team was still going to be one that was really good. Why? Because Joe Mazzulla is still a really good coach, you know, and so that one was one that didn't surprise me. I thought that it was the Pistons who had to be able to effectively overcome any of their obstacles, which they did. You know who didn't? Orlando Magic. You know who didn't? The Atlanta Hawks. There were some teams, even the Philadelphia 76ers to a degree, that the Pistons were able to bypass. And I thought that there was a lot of people who didn't quite see them as a 60-win team, let alone a 50-win team. You know, and so that one to me, it's a little disappointing to see him come in here, JB Bickerstaff, that is, and change the Detroit Pistons culture, have these guys talking tough and actually walking tough as well to the tune of 60 wins after going 44 wins. After what? The first team to go from 14 to 44, not in the playoffs, two in the playoffs, 60 losses to 60 wins. That to me was something that needed the NBA. The NBA should have, in my opinion, awarded that. I think that that's what you want to highlight when you're talking about who is the coach of the year, but it always seems like these goalposts just seem to shift. They tell us Pistons start winning, and then these things will start mattering, but it just doesn't matter whether you are Dan Campbell, whether you are AJ Hinch, or now JB Bickerstaff. Welcome to the club, my brother.
I feel like it's back-to-back years. Like, I could have made a case for him last year, tripling the win total from 14 to 44. But then we get told by the media, like, well, if the Pistons were like maybe a top 4 seed, maybe he would have won. Does one better. He has the number 1 seed from basically Thanksgiving to the rest of the season. 60 wins. Haven't had that many wins since I was in middle school. So that was a long time ago because I'm 34. Like, that was a long ass time ago. And you don't win it. And it's not, I'm not so upset that he didn't win. I felt like Joe Mazzulla was actually the least deserving. Like, I would have been fine if they gave it to Mitch Johnson, because I feel like what he's doing right now is incredible. But you're gonna move goalposts because they didn't have Jason Tatum and they finished as the number 2 seed. Like, I don't get it, man. Make it make sense. Someone said it in the live chat. I do want to give them a shout out for that, talking about Bill Simmons and kind of like the propaganda that he does over at the Ringer. I had no idea that the Ringer had so many media votes, because when I was looking at Coach of the Year, there was like 6 of them that all voted for Joe Mazzulla for Coach of the Year. I was just like, man, like, how does a media company have that many NBA votes? But I mean, it is what it is. Maybe if JB goes 82-0, they'll give it to somebody else. I don't know, man. I really don't know.
The Pistons won 60 games, bro. It was 14 wins 2 seasons ago. Like, I just don't understand what we're doing here. Like, I'm so glad that you said you could have made the case for him last year. Yeah, it definitely should have been. Nobody was expecting that. And so I don't know, man. This team makes it back-to-back playoffs for the first time in 18 years. Yeah. And not just a group that kind of got in LeBron James's head. Shout out Stanley Johnson. I still respected that playoff year. Or even Mattress Leg Blake, the legend. He put his body on the line for that 1 year. This is something that you know is going in the right direction. You know, and the way the Detroit Pistons have always gotten it, though, they've never waited around for somebody to give them their props and their due before they just kind of kick the door in and take it for themselves. And so you're on this collision course already. There's nowhere else for this team to go but literally up. You see the trajectory that JB Bickerstaff has had them on, and you want to put a bigger chip on this team's shoulders. He's proven that his players have bought in. They listen. These guys, despite what they ran into the playoffs, These guys all took big leaps forward. You saw it from not just to play on the court, but one of the first things I saw in training camp was, yo, all these guys, except for the one that's not here, all these guys look like they took a step forward in the strength and conditioning. Literally, the one person that didn't make it the whole season was the one person who didn't look like he took that step forward. But you saw it reflecting in their play, man. So I don't know, man. JB Bickerstaff has helped this young team in more ways than just the win column. And I believe that you do a disservice when you effectively take that out of the spirit of the award to try and give it to Boston team, who I thought was still primed to be what you guys out there were calling the wide open East. That's what you guys called it. So I don't know. I thought they were still primed to be one of those top 4 teams in the East, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about it last time I was on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel about, like, I think sometimes people put Coach of the Year in a box when Coach of the Year, I think, should also kind of go into culture and what you create as a coach, like on and off the court. And before JB got here, this was a team that was a laughing stock of the NBA. It was a team that not a lot of people took seriously. People were talking about relocation. We were on ESPN every day for the wrong reasons. Like, how long is this losing streak going to go? JB comes here and it completely flips the culture. But I mean,
Troy Weaver versus the fans.
Yeah, that's legendary. I still can't believe he actually like went back and forth with the fans and I'll beat your ass. But that's a whole other story for a whole other day. Remember when that video got sent to me? The kid that actually bitched at him sent it to me. He's like, Troy said he was going to kick my ass.
No. Boy, we were going through it, man.
Yeah, but, I mean, I don't expect media members to actually like kind of think out of the box for awards, but I will say I know Joe Mazzulla is probably the most miserable person because he said, I don't give a shit about the Coach of the Year award. Like, he didn't even like get the open of the award. One of his assistants had to open it for him because, like, I don't want that shit. Like, you lost in the first round. Like, that trophy is just probably just such a stain. It won't even probably go in his office or anything. He probably doesn't want to see it at all.